Lady Ram basketball on 100.1 KYFM, brought to you by a number of fine sponsors, including our friends at Billy Sims Barbecue. Boy, what a pregame. Tip for the Owasso Lady Rams tonight as the Lady Rams move from right to left on the dial. Going to be Alexis Lewis jumping the tip for the Sapulpa Lady Chieftains. The ball is in the air and it is going to be controlled by Sapulpa. They take it straight to the hoop. 2-point shots on the way and in for Tamira Poindexter, and she ends up getting fouled on the way up, so she'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the first conventional three-point play of the ball game. As the foul went against Carson Zumwalt, her first. It's 3-0 now as Tamira Poindexter makes that free throw, and Owasso gets their first touch of the ball. Avery Van Kuren is bringing it up the floor. Van Kuren with a right-handed dribble takes it out to the top of the key, moves it over to the right side of the paint, gets a bounce pass over to Zumwalt. Back to Van Kuren, her shot for three. Off the back glass, no good. Nothing doing there as Zoe Mason comes up with the rebound. She'll go coast to coast, giving it back off to Staley Hurd. Hurd gets fouled on the way up, so now she's going to the free throw line. The foul is on Avery Van Kuren. It's her first. From the free throw line, shots off the back iron and no good. Rebound Sapulpa. Hurd gets the ball back, takes it back out to the right wing. Now the pass to the corner from the left side of the paint. 2-point shots up off the glass and no good. Ray Osborne trying that one. Rebound Sapulpa. Another stick back attempt. Nothing doing there for Zoe Mason, and Avery Van Kuren comes up with the basketball. Van Kuren into the front court, takes it top of the key as she'll take a look at her offense here and kick it right wing to Carson Zumwalt. Zumwalt to Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks tries to throw it back to Zumwalt, but Kelsey Korb ends up chasing it into the backcourt and pulling it out of bounds. So just like that, Sapulpa will have the basketball. Inbound throw, give it inside to Zoe Mason. Mason out at the top of the key. The Hurd now. Hurd backed out toward the time stripe. Staley Hurd with the dribble as she'll try to get past the double team defense for the right wing. Three-pointers in and out, no good for the Lady Chieftains. Rebound and a stick back won't go, and now the basketball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sapulpa, so Carson Zumwalt can have it right here. Zumwalt gives it inside to Van Kuren. Van Kuren out at the top of the key. She'll work it left side, back over to Chloe Stockton. Stockton with a bounce pass to Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks to Van Kuren right side. 6:10 left to play. It's 5-0. Lady Chieftains leading. Van Kuren backed out toward the time stripe. She'll spring into motion here, taking it right side of the paint as she heads for the hoop. They're going to call a foul here. That is going to be on Alexis Lewis, her first, and that will leave Van Kuren to send it back into play from just in front of the Owasso goal. She'll give it in to Mallory Hendricks. Her shot for two, off the glass and no good. Rebound, Staley Hurd. Hurd into the front court, working it into the paint. Double teamed. Osborne shoots it anyway, it won't go. Lady Chieftains come up with their own rebound. Hurd kicks it right wing over to Alexis Lewis. Lewis back to Hurd. Now in the paint, 2-point shots marred by a foul. I think this one's going on Kelsey Korb, and that is going to be her first. Team's third. Back at the free throw line, Alexis Lewis will take her shots. First one's up off the iron and no good. Another one coming here. Shots on the way and in. Alexis Lewis getting her first points of the ball game. Back the other direction, here come the Lady Rams. Up and under, a two-pointer for Stockson's marred by a foul. And Stockson's going to go to she's actually going to watch as Owasso will send it back into play here. A non-shooting foul as Van Kuren brings it back inside. Checks it to a player, gets it back, and now Avery's taking it around the perimeter. Avery Van Kuren down on the right side of the paint. Brings it back up top to Kelsey Korb. Korb dribbling forward. She'll crank it left wing. Over to Stockton once again. Now a bounce pass. Back to Van Kuren. She'll dribble to the hoop. 2-point shots off the bottom of the glass and no good. If you're listening on radio, we're trying to, know we've dropped out a couple of times. We'll try to get that fixed here in the next break. Van Kuren brings it back inside to Mallory Hendricks. Her shots off the glass, nothing doing there. Jump ball is going to be called as Owasso will get the alternating possession here. Inbound throw intended for Stockton. Slapped away, and now Avery Van Kuren will send it back into play. Van Kuren gets it back into Chloe Stockton. She'll take it out around the perimeter. Stockton bringing it back over to Kelsey Korb. Her shot for three off the glass and no good. Back the other direction. Lady Chieftains have it. Ray Osborne from the right wing. Kicks it back up front to Tamira Poindexter. Poindexter almost gets it knocked away. It'll stay with Sapulpa as they lose control of the basketball and knock it out. Owasso will get to take it the other direction. Not to bring up bad memories, but this was a game earlier in the season between these two teams when Sapulpa jumped out to a 27-0 lead before Owasso ever scored. Hopefully we'll have better fortunes tonight, but Coach Caleb with a good ball club. A turnover as Stockton turns it over in the front court. Going straight to the hoop was Alexis Lewis. Her shot's missing and no good. Back the other direction comes Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren down in the paint, takes it to the hoop, fires it two, shots on the way and in. And she'll draw the foul on the way up. So count that basket, and now Avery Van Kuren will get to go to the free throw line to try the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throws up and coming. Shots off the back iron to no good, so the score will stay 7-2, and now we've got a timeout called by Coach Darlene Caleb. 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Our score, Owasso trailing 7-2. Sapulpa leading it by 5. We will take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Lady Ram Basketball on KYFM. Last Friday night, we were, where were we? Here. And now tonight on this Valentine's Day, we're against Sapulpa here in the arena. 7-2 our score, 3:34 left to go in the first quarter. Missed shot for the Lady Chieftains, and Avery Van Kuren comes up with it. We had Broken Arrow a week ago tonight as lost that one in a heartbreaker, 65-63. I believe that was the final score on that one. Chloe Stockton out at the top of the key for the Lady Rams. She'll work it over to Carson Zumwalt. Zumwalt to Van Kuren. She'll take it toward the hoop. 2-point shots on the way it in. Avery Van Kuren with all 4 of Owasso's points tonight. 7-4 our score. Sapulpa leading it by 3, and now a missed shot for the Lady Chieftains. Owasso should have the basketball here as Carson Zumwalt will send it back into play. 2:57 to play. Inbound pass comes to Mallory Hendricks. Full court pressure being applied by the Lady Chieftains, and we've got a foul as Avery Van Kuren was trying to take it out of the backcourt. Inbound throw given in to Van Kuren here. After the foul win against Alexis Lewis, Van Kuren dribbling, takes it to the hoop. 2-point shots on the way and in. We've got a 1-point ball game. Thank you, Avery Van Kuren. She's got all 6 points for Owasso tonight. It has been her show in this first quarter. Over to the right wing, 3-pointer coming. Shots on the way and in. From long range, Staley Hurd was able to nail that one. 10-6 our score. Sapulpa out to a 4-point lead. Van Kuren into the front court. Trying to get past the double team defense. She'll turn the ball over. Coming up with it is Zoe Mason. Mason over to Staley Hurd on the right side. She'll bring it back over to Poindexter. Shot for two's missing and a foul's called as everybody goes for the rebound. I would say that we've got a pretty good crowd here on hand despite the fact that it's Valentine's Day. Tamira Poindexter's at the free throw line. First free throw's on the way, off the rim, and no good. I did offer my wife the opportunity to have some of the state's best concession stand popcorn here at Owasso. She would have been here, but sickness also going around as well, so we understand. Van Kuren into the front court. Still a good crowd, though. She'll give it back off to Zumwalt. Zumwalt to Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks on the baseline gets the ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. But she had the last touch on it, trying to go after it, so Staley Hurd takes it the other direction. Minute 34 to play. Into the front court, Zoe Mason. Mason back over to Staley Hurd. Hurd with a right-handed dribble, takes it around the perimeter. She'll feed a lady down low. 2-point shot, hangs on the rim, won't fall. Poindexter trying to get the rebound, but Mallory Hendricks comes up with it. She'll give it off to Van Kuren. Van Kuren facing full court pressure, trying to get around a double-team defense under her own goal. Long pass to Hendricks, her shot for 2, off the glass and no good. Sapulpa will take it the other way. Hurd into the front court, shots on the way it in. 7 points for Staley Hurd tonight. 12-6, Sapulpa leading it 48-0 our score. 48 seconds left to play. And now Ellie Morrill is in the ball game for the Lady Rams, I believe. Inbound throw comes to Mallory Hendricks. She'll work it to Zumwalt on the right wing. Now to the left corner, they'll bring it up to Morrill. Long shots off the rim and no good for Avery Van Kuren. Back the other direction. Lady Chieftains with it. 2-point shots all the way it in for Ray Osborne. Her first points of the ball game, and it's 14-6. Back the other direction, Van Kuren. She'll take it out to the top of the key to Kelsey Chloe Stockton. Stockton down on the right side of the paint, gets her shot blocked with 8.1 seconds left to play here. Sapulpa out to an 8-point lead after the Lady Rams trimmed it to 1 at one point. Inbound throw to Carson Zumwalt. Her shot for 2 is on the way it in. 2 seconds, 1 second left. And now the buzzer sounds on the first quarter, and we've come to the end of it. Our score, Sapulpa 14, Owasso 8. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the second quarter right after this. You're listening to Owasso Lady Ram basketball on 100.1 KYFL. Sam Jordan. A fresh new 8 minutes put on the clock for the second quarter of play. 14-8 our score. Thank you for being with us tonight on 100.1 KYFM and on the TV on the Owasso Ram Network. Brock Crawford doing a great job of making our video look good tonight. From the left wing, a 2-point shot for Sapulpa won't go. Shooter got her own rebound and traveled with it. That was Cassidy Etch. And that will leave Owasso with the basketball after the turnover. Inbound throw coming in from Carson Zumwalt. She'll work it inside to Ellie Morrow. Morrow's fouled as she tries to pass it to another player. Tamira Poindexter is charged with that foul. That'll leave Zumwalt to send it back into play. Zumwalt back to Chloe Stockton. She'll work it over to Ellie Morrow. Morrow down to Mallory Hendricks. Her shot for two is on the way it in. First points for Mallory tonight. We're back to a 4-point ball game. 14-10 our score. 7:23 to go here. Out to the left wing. They'll give it off to the open Staley Hurd. Hurd brings it down low. 2-point shots off the rim and no good for Ray Osborne. Now Avery Van Kuren will take it the other direction. Van Kuren in 3-point range fires the long shot. It's off the back iron and no good there. Zoe Mason coming up with the rebound. Mason back to Staley Hurd. Now to the right side to Etch. Left corner, they'll give it off to an open teammate. Shot for threes over the rim and no good. Rebound Chloe Stockton. Stockton to Zumwalt. She'll take it straight to the hoop. 2-point shots on the way it in for Carson Zumwalt, and it's 14-12. Lady Rams trailing by 2. 6:35 left to play. 2-point shots on the way it in for Ray Osborne. So if that shows you the improvement that Owasso has overcame here in this season, at this point, last time we played Sapulpa, it was about 20-0, and we hadn't scored yet. So Lady Rams staying competitive in this one tonight. That is a great, great sign of the improvement they've had. Van Kuren with a bounce pass over to the right wing, finds Chloe Stockton. Stockton driving to the right side of the paint, gets a bounce pass over to Van Kuren. Avery spins past the defender, trying to get it out to the right wing. Stockton for three. Her shot over the rim, no good. Mallory Hendricks jumps up for the rebound. She can't get the stick back. Back the other direction. Here come the Lady Chieftains. Out to the right side. 2-point shot coming. It's off the back iron. No good. Rebound Van Kuren. 5:30 left to go in the first half. Into the front court. Van Kuren headed for the right wing. She'll give it back off to Zumwalt. Carson for three. Her shot's off the rim and no good. Rebound. Lady Chieftains up front. 2-pointers off the glass and no good. And a whistle and a foul. This is going to be on Avery Van Kuren, her second, and that is going to leave Tamira Poindexter back at the free throw line. First one's up and coming. It's on the way and in. Tamira Poindexter with 4 points on the night so far. 17-12 our score. Next free throw's up and coming for Poindexter. Shots up, shots in. 5th point for her tonight. Back the other direction. Van Kuren with the basketball. She'll take it slowly out of the backcourt. Almost getting it knocked away. Van Kuren trying to get past the defender, Jacelyn Rossman. Jacelyn Rossman almost knocking it away. Now coming up with it is Zoe Mason. Excuse me, a pass over to Poindexter goes awry, and as the basketball's knocked out of bounds, the last touch was by an Owasso defender who went after it. 18-12 our score. Inbound pass coming to Poindexter. Up and under, 2-point shots off the rim and no good. Rebound, stick back coming. It's over the rim, nothing doing there. Foul on the Lady Rams as Sapulpa will go to the free throw line right here. Ray Osborne doing the honors as she drew the foul. They call this one on Chloe Stockton. First free throws on the way and in. That is 5 points for Osborne tonight. She'll have another one coming. Next free throws on the way and good. 20-12 our score. Sapulpa back out to an 8-point lead. Inbound throw given in to Addie LeBeau. She'll take it out of the backcourt, bringing it back over to Carson Zumwalt. Zumwalt trying to pass to LeBeau, and now coming up with it was Stockton. She fires it too. It's over the rim and no good. Back the other way. Here comes Sapulpa. Into the paint. 2-point shots off the glass. No good, but we've got a foul call. They're going to call this one on Kelsey Korb. First free throw is up on the way and off the rim for Ray Osborne. Mallory Hendricks is back in the ball game, as is Avery Van Kuren. Next free throw is coming. This one on the way and in for Ray Osborne. That is going to be her 7th point of the night. 4:22 left to go in the half. Van Kuren moving from right to left. She'll work it out across the time stripe, bringing it back over to Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks to LeBeau, back to Kelsey Korb. Korb hands it back over to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren backing out toward midcourt. She'll bring it back over to Kelsey Korb. Back up top to Mallory Hendricks. Her shot for three is on the way and in. Here comes Sapulpa. 2-point shots on the way and in for Ray Osborne. That is 9 points on the night for her. 23-15 our score. Into the front court. LeBeau for Owasso. She'll give it back over to Kelsey Korb. Korb out around the perimeter. Brings it back over to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren. 2-point shot. It's off the rim and no good. Back the other direction. Out to the left wing. 3-point shots off the rim and no good for Staley Hurd. Now we've got another foul call. That is going to leave Owasso to take it the other direction. 2:50 left to play here. Van Kuren out of the backcourt. Works from right to left. She'll give it back over to Chloe Stockton on the right side. Back to LeBeau. Long threes off the rim, no good. Rebound Sapulpa and Staley Hurd. Hurd back the other direction. Fires a 2. Shots on the way and in. She had a foot inside the arc, but that's good enough to give Sapulpa a 10-point lead here. Van Kuren back the other direction. Takes it out to the top of the key. She'll work it down to the right side of the paint and sling it back over to Stockton. Stockton out between the keys. Gets a bounce pass to Avery Van Kuren. Now to Mallory Hendricks. Her shot hangs on the rim and falls through. 7 points for Mallory tonight. It's 25-17. An 8-point lead for the Lady Chieftains. 1:49 left to play. Out to the top of the key. Hurd for 3. Her shot won't go. Rebound, stick back on the way and in for Ray Osborne. She fell over Mallory Hendricks to make that shot. Nothing called there. Van Kuren into the front court, works it right wing, giving it off to Zumwalt, back to Mallory Hendricks. Another shot for 2 on the way and in. Mallory's got 9 points on the night. I think she's our leading scorer so far. Back the other direction. 2-pointer hangs on the rim. It won't go. Now another foul called on Staley Hurd. That'll leave Owasso with the basketball. Minute 10 left to go. Van Kuren out of the backcourt. She'll take it out around the perimeter and get a bounce pass back over to Addison LeBeau. LeBeau to Zumwalt. Zumwalt backed out toward the time stripe. Now she'll work it through the air to the far side. A pass back into Van Kuren. Van Kuren with the right-handed dribble. Holding on to the basketball with 40 seconds left in the half. Van Kuren still dribbling. She'll take it back over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt tries to pass it over to Van Kuren. Now the basketball thrown out of bounds, and Sapulpa will get to take it the other direction with 28.4 seconds left to play. Staley Hurd out of the backcourt. She'll work it up top to Tamira Poindexter. Shot for two's on the way it in. 7 points for Poindexter, 9 seconds left. Van Kuren racing into the front court, fires a three. It's off the glass, no good. Rebound Sapulpa. They can't do anything with it before the final buzzer sounds here at the end of the first half, and we've put 2 quarters in the books. So with that, we will take a 2-minute timeout. Come back with totals and highlights here in just a second. You're listening to Owasso Lady Ram basketball on 100.1 KYFL. I appreciate Bill Blankenship dropping by to talk with us tonight and give us an update about what our state championship Owasso Rams are doing in the off-season. Third quarter action starting now as Avery Van Kuren gets us back to play. Sapulpa leading at 29-19. Into the front court, Chloe Stockton with the ball. She'll work it around the perimeter. Giving it back down to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren back over to Carson Zumwalt. Her shot for three. Off the rim and no good. And now the basketball's tipped out of bounds as Mallory Hendricks tried to pull down the rebound. She tipped it out of play. Back the other direction, Staley Hurd with it. She'll work it out to the top of the key, bringing it back off to Ray Osborne. Osborne gets a bounce pass up to the over to the left wing, gets it back, and now a turnover. Chloe Stockton comes up with the ball, but they'll say she immediately traveled with it. So that will leave Sapulpa with it again under their goal. Inbound throw given inside to Zoe Mason at the top of the key. She'll work it left wing over to Ray Osborne. Osborne back up top to Alexis Lewis. Lewis over to the left wing. Zoe Mason thought about a three, didn't take it. Gave it instead to Alexis Lewis. She'll drive to the hoop. 2-point shots off the rim and no good. Sapulpa will get their own rebound. Osborne with it. She fires a two. It doesn't fall. Now a foul call. 6:51 left to play here. We got a lot of folks in this arena tonight. As we mentioned, we were talking to Bill Blankenship. A good crowd on hand for, despite the fact that it's Valentine's night. First free throws on the way in. He said he had taken Miss Angie to Red Robin earlier, so that's got us all hungry here on the broadcast. Next free throw up and coming. Alexis Lewis nails this one. Textbook free throw right there. That's her third point of the night. Van Kuren will take it the other direction. She tries to work it over to Hendricks, but the pass is intercepted by Ray Osborne. Osborne gives it down to an open lady. 2-point shot for Tamira Poindexter. It's off the rim, but everybody goes after the rebound. They call the jump ball with the alternating possession going to Sapulpa. 2-pointers on the way and in for Alexis Lewis. She got the inbound pass from Ray Osborne and went immediately to the hoop. Now a turnover as a pass intended for Van Kuren goes right into the hands of the Lady Chieftains. 2-point shots on the way and in for Zoe Mason. 35-19, the lead increased to 16 for Sapulpa. Racing into the front court is Carson Zumwalt. She'll work it back up top to Van Kuren. Her shot for threes on the way and in. Wow. That is the third three-pointer of the night for the Lady Rams. First for Van Kuren. She's got 9 points on the night. Alexis Lewis goes back the other way and fires a two of her own. She's put up 8 points so far, all of them in the second half of play. 37-22 our score. Basketball's tipped out of bounds by Sapulpa as Van Kuren will send it back into play here in the front court. She'll check it to Zumwalt, move toward the left wing. Now a bounce pass over to Kelsey Korb. Korb back to Hendricks. Hendricks tries to throw it away tries to throw it to an open teammate and ends up throwing it away, so Sapulpa will move it the other direction here. Osborne out of the backcourt. She'll work it over to Zoe Mason. Mason cranks it up top. Long three coming. Shots on the way. In and out, no good for Poindexter. Rebound and a stick back. Won't go, and Owasso has the basketball. Now we've got a foul call. Chloe Stockton will send it into play here. Stockton lobs it inside to the open Kelsey Korb. Korb out at the top of the key, works it left wing over to Zumwalt. Back to Kelsey Core. She'll back out toward midcourt. Come face to face with Tamara Poindexter as she tries to take it around the perimeter. Now the basketball's tipped out of play as she tried to pass to Zumwalt. Zumwalt couldn't make the catch, so Sapulpa will take it the other direction. 5:08 left to play in the third quarter. Lady Chieftains with the basketball. Osborne, top of the key. She'll work it right wing over to Staley Hurd. Hurd back on the near side, finds Poindexter. Her shot for two's off the rim, nothing doing there. Now a foul's called. Now the foul's going to be on Chloe Stockton, her third, and that'll leave Alexis Lewis at the free throw line. First free throw's on the way and in. That is 9 points on the night for her. Another free throw coming. Shots off the rim and no good. Up and under, a two-pointers up and in for Tamara Poindexter. That's her 9th point of the night. 40-22 our score. Sean Hine from the Owasso Reporter just dropped off some Valentine's Day candy over here. Nice gesture there. Inbound pass given inside to Avery Van Kuren, and now we've got a foul on Staley Hurd. It'll be her third. Inbound throw given inside to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren in the paint, takes it toward the hoop. 2-point shots on the way it in. She shot that one under pressure and got her 11th point of the night. 40-24 our score. 4:20 left to play. Into the front court. 3-point shot coming. Staley Hurd nails that one from long range. That is her 12th point of the night. And now she intercepts a pass from Owasso's Avery Van Kuren and puts it right back into the hoop. So there's 14 points on the night for her, and now Mallory Hendricks had the basketball. They pressured her to the sideline, and they got a bounce here. So that'll leave Zoe Mason to send it back in for Sapulpa. Staley Hurd takes it to the top of the key. She'll work it over to the right wing, and now a 3-point shot's coming. It won't go. That'll be a foul on Alexis Lewis. That'll leave Van Kuren to send it back into play. Van Kuren tries to give it off to an open teammate, but it's stolen away. Lewis getting the ball back. Working it down low, a 2-point shot's on the way and in. She's fouled on her way up, so Ray Osborne gets her 13th point of the night and has the chance to make it 14 with the conventional 3-point play. First one's up and coming. Shots on the way, off the back iron and no good. Now leave Morrill grabbing the ball for Owasso. Give it back off to Van Kuren, and they're going to call Zoe Mason for a pushing foul as she hacked at Van Kuren in the backcourt. That'll leave Chloe Stockton to send it back into play for the Lady Rams. Stockton spreading her offense, brings it back inside to the open Carson Zumwalt. Zumwalt back over to Chloe Stockton, back to Zumwalt. She drives inside, fires the two. Shots on the way and in. That's 7 points for Zumwalt tonight. 47-26 our score. Osborne with the basketball. She'll work it over to Brooklyn Berry, who's now in the ballgame. Now they'll give it off to Zoe Mason. Mason down low, finds an open lady. 2-point shots on the way and in. Ray Osborne, 15 points on the night. 49-26. As Sapulpa takes a 23-point lead. Unfortunately, they have been able to just steal the basketball at will. Tamira Poindexter just did so, and she takes it to the hoop for a two. Morrill back the other direction. Gives it back over to the open Chloe Stockton. Stockton to Zumwalt. Zumwalt to Mallory Hendricks. Her shot blocked. Sapulpa comes away with the basketball. They'll throw it away as Ray Osborne tried to catch a pass in the front court and ended up dribbling it out of bounds. So Owasso can keep it here. Van Kuren will send it back into play, giving it over to Chloe Stockton. Stockton over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt out around the perimeter, backs it out toward the time stripe. Now giving a bounce pass over to, it's intended for Chloe Stockton, but she wasn't there to get it. Ball goes out of bounds, and Sapulpa can have it here. Minute 47 left to go in the third quarter. Sapulpa leading 51-26. And the Lady Rams with a quick steal as Van Kuren pulled a pass down out of the air and immediately got fouled. So they're going to call that one on Staley Hurd, and that'll leave Carson Zumwalt to send it back into play just in front of our broadcast position. Inbound throw given inside to Van Kuren. She'll work at top of the key. Van Kuren with the bounce pass to Zumwalt. 2-point shots on the way it in. That's her 9th point of the night. Back the other direction. Here comes Ray Osborne. Osborne gives it off to Brooklyn Berry. Berry brings it back over to Ray Osborne. 2-point shots on the way it in. Ray Osborne with her 17th point of the night. Back the other direction. Mallory Hendricks taking it to the hoop. She's fouled on her way. I think that'll leave her at the free throw line. 1:01 left to go in the third quarter. At the free throw line, Hendricks will see what she can do here. First free throw is up and coming. Shots on the way it in. Mallory Hendricks with 10 points on the night. She'll have another free throw. Another free throw on the way off the back iron, no good. 1 minute left. Ray Osborne will take it the other direction for Sapulpa. Now they'll work it over to Brooklyn Berry. She has it knocked away from her and out of bounds by an Owasso player. Avery Van Kuren does it again, so the ball will be inbounded a second time by Berry. Zumwalt is coming out as Grace Hildebrand is back in the ball game. Here comes Berry in the front court as she gives it back over to Jacelyn Rossman. Rossman, top of the key, works at left wing. Over to Etch. Now to the right side, they'll give it off to Brooklyn Berry. Now a pass on the inside to Poindexter. She'll give it off to Rossman. Rossman down on the left side, finds an open lady. Mallory Hendricks forces a turnover, coming up with it. She'll give it off to Van Kuren. Van Kuren cranking it out to the right wing. Long threes off the rim, no good for Grace Hildebrand. Bodies fly everywhere under the basketball goal. And we've got a foul on Brooklyn Berry as that'll leave Mallory Hendricks back at the free throw line. Emily Wilkins is coming in as Chloe Stockton comes out. 7.8 seconds left to play in the third. First free throw is up on the way, good. Mallory Hendricks with 11 points tonight. She'll have another one, as that was the first of a 1-and-1. Next free throw is up and coming. Shots on the way and in. 5 seconds left into the front court. Up and under, 2-point shots off the glass, no good. We come to the end of the third. We will take a 1-minute break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Lady Ram basketball, where the Lady Rams trail at 53-31. We're back in 1 minute on 100.1 KYFM. Grant Merrill, thank you for being with us tonight here on 100.1 KYFM. Inbound pass is given in to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren takes it up to the top of the key, closely guarded by Brooklyn Berry. Berry over to the right side finds Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks down in the corner, gives it off to an open teammate. Addison LeBeau. LeBeau gets it knocked away. Coming up with it, it's going to be Ray Osborne. She'll take it to the hoop and get her 19th point of the night. 7:26 left to play. Lady Rams were fairly competitive the first half of play, as they at least kept it close, but they ran out of steam, and Sapulpa has hit the gas pedal in the second half. After a missed shot, Poindexter takes it into the front court for Sapulpa. She'll give it off to Jacelyn Rossman. Rossman over at the right wing, swings it around to the open Brooklyn Berry. Berry over to Tamira Poindexter. Now to the right wing, long threes over the rim and no good. Coming up with it, Chloe Stockson. Stockson out at the top of the key. Works it around the perimeter to Avery Van Kuren. Van Kuren to Addison LeBeau. Now to Van Kuren right wing. Her shot for threes on the way it in. Avery Van Kuren with 14 points on the night. 55-34 our score. Berry into the front court. She'll give it off to Poindexter. Poindexter down in the paint. Finds Ray Osborne. Her shot for two won't go, but Tamira Poindexter tips it back up and in and gets fouled on her way up. So that'll leave her at the free throw line with 6:02 left to go. Our score 57-34 if you're just joining us. Little Valentine's Day basketball tonight. Free throws off the rim and no good for Tamira Poindexter. Back the other direction. Here comes Carson Zumwalt. Zumwalt back over to Avery Van Kuren. She'll work it over to Kelsey Korb. Korb tried to pass over to Van Kuren. Van Kuren wasn't in the position to make the catch, and Sapulpa forces a turnover. Up and under. Lady Chieftains have it. They'll bring it down to the top of the key to Brooklyn Berry. Now to the right wing. A three-pointer's on the way in for Tamira Poindexter. That's a lot of points for her tonight. We'll add them all up here in a minute. 5:20 left to play here. Into the front court comes Zumwalt. Zumwalt over to Van Kuren. Van Kuren's fouled as they'll call this one on Brooklyn Berry. And that will leave Van Kuren back at the free throw line with 5:11 left to play. First free throw's up and coming. Shot is up on the way and in. 60-35 our score. Another free throw's up on the way and in. 60-36 as Sapulpa takes it the other direction. Lady Chieftains leading it. Here comes Brooklyn Berry on the attack. Now Owasso trying to force a turnover as Avery Van Kuren goes to the floor with it, and now she'll call a timeout. 4:59 to play. We'll take a 30-second break. Hang with us. We've got more coming up. This is Owasso Lady Ram basketball on 100.1 KYFM. Sapulpa leading it over our Owasso Lady Rams. I'm Grant Merrill. Thank you for being with us tonight on KYFM and on the Owasso Rams app. Turnover as the Lady Rams bring it into the front court. Back the other direction comes Brooklyn Berry. Berry gives it back over to Jacelyn Rossman. Down on the baseline. 2-point shots blocked as Ray Osborne tried to go up for it, and they're going to call this one on Mallory Hendricks. She came down on top of her. That'll be her first foul tonight. But Osborne will go to the free throw line here. First one's up and coming. Shots on the way and in for Ray Osborne. She's been pretty steady tonight from this free throw line as she gets her 20th point of the evening. Another one up and coming here. Shots up, shots in and out, and finally falls through the hoop. Ashley Cornejo is in the ball game. As Avery Van Kuren gets it inside, she'll work it out around the perimeter. Van Kuren back over to Zumwalt near side. Back over to Kelsey Korb. Long threes on the way and in. That's Kelsey Korb's first points of the ball game. Gets that one from behind the three-point arc. 62-39 our score. 3:50 left to play here. Into the front court. Brooklyn Berry with it. She'll work it around the perimeter to Ray Osborne. Osborne back over to Rossman. Her shot for two won't fall. Now the loose basketball picked up. Rebound and a stick back. Won't go for Ray Osborne, but she'll collect the foul on her way up. And they're going to call this on Zumwalt. That'll leave Ray Osborne with two shots from the free throw line. First one's on the way and in. 63-39 our score. Ray Osborne with her 22nd point of the ball game. Next free throw's on the way and in. 3:30 left to play here. 64-39 our score. Pardon me, as Van Kuren brings it into the front court. She'll work it to Mallory Hendricks. Hendricks fires two. It's on the way and in. That's 14 points for Mallory tonight. She and Avery Van Kuren both into double digits this evening. Two-pointer won't go for Poindexter, and now we've got a jump ball called as everybody was going after the rebound. Emily Wilkins is back in the ball game. Inbound throw given inside to Poindexter. She'll fire it two. It's off the rim and no good. Now the basketball tipped out of play by Sapulpa, so Owasso can have it here with 2:57 left to play here. Out of the backcourt, Van Kuren with the ball. She'll hold it at midcourt. Taking it down to the right side of the paint. Now she'll kick it left wing over to Grace Hildebrand. Hildebrand brings it back over to Cornejo. Now she'll give it off to the top of the key. Kelsey Korb driving with it. She works at the Van Kuren. Her shot for threes off the rim and no good. 2:22 to play. Back the other direction. Two-pointer marred by a foul here as Ray Osborne tries to put up a two. I believe the great Bill Bush will be joining us for color commentary duties in the boys' game, so appreciate him for dropping in. Free throws up. It's on the way in for Ray Osborne, and that's her 24th point. Another free throw coming for Osborne. Shots on the way, off the rim, and no good. Back the other direction, Avery Van Kuren will have the basketball. Van Kuren at the top of the key, works it down toward the right side of the paint. Almost gets it knocked away. Now a foul's called as one of the Lady Chieftains was trying to wrestle it away from her. Foul's going to be on Zoe Mason, and that will leave Van Kuren at the free throw line. First free throw's up and coming for Avery Van Kuren. Shots up, it's on the way, good. Avery Van Kuren gets her 17th point of the night. Another free throw's coming, shots on the way, off the back iron and no good. Ball's loose. Now they'll call a jump ball with the alternating possession going to Sapulpa. Anna Sweeney is in the basketball game for Owasso. I think most of the roster has gotten to play tonight, so inbound pass coming from Korb. She'll work it inside. An open teammate, that's going to be Jordan Walford. Walford's shots over the rim and no good. Walford had 7 points in the JV game tonight, according to Matt Sweeney. Minute 45 to play. Walford from the left wing fires a three. It's off the rim and no good. Rebound, Emily Wilkins. Wilkins cranks it up top to Anna Sweeney. Now another three-pointer coming. It won't go. Rebound Cornejo. Her shot for two is marred by a foul, and now Ashlyn Cornejo will go to the free throw line. That's going to be 5 fouls of Alexis Lewis, so she's coming out of the ball game. First free throw is up and coming. Shots on the way and in. Another free throw's up and coming. Shots off the back iron and no good. Well, lane violation on Sapulpa. Corneo will get another free throw. Shots off the rim and no good. Back the other direction. Lady Chieftains will have it for the last minute 23 of this one. Shot for two's off the glass and no good. Everybody chasing after the loose basketball. Sapulpa comes up with it. Brooklyn Berry has it. She'll work it back over to Staley Hurd. Now the whistle blows and we've got a foul. They're going to call that on Cornejo, and Staley Hurd not too happy with her as she goes to the free throw line. First one's up and coming, shots on the way and in. Next free throw is up on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound, Grace Hildebrand. Hildebrand brings it back over to an open teammate. That's going to be Walford with the basketball. Walford out on the right wing. Tries to hand off to an open teammate. Ball stolen by Brooklyn Berry. She'll fire it two. Shots on the way and good. 44 seconds left to play. Lady Rams double dribble with the basketball as they try to put a shot up. That was Walford that was taking it to the hoop. So now Brooklyn Berry will have 34 seconds to try to do something with it for Sapulpa to round this thing out. The Lady Chieftains are going to get the win tonight and improve to 18-3. Now the basketball turned over. 17 seconds left to go. Now a three-pointer for Walford. It's on the way and in. Jordan Walford gets that one from long range, and this one's going to come to an end tonight. Our final score, 68-46. Owasso falls to Sapulpa tonight. We'll have total highlights coming up in 1 minute on KYFM.